from Jakarta, Indonesia.
Kamala Harris visit Ghana to counter ties with China. U.S. Congress on TikTok matters. Ramadan Lights in London West End.
MLINE Top 3 Updates powered by VOA, Voice of America.
The United States Vice President Kamala Harris visited Ghana as a part of a three-nation Africa tour aimed at strengthening U.S. relations on the continent. Although Ghana and America have a close friendship dating back to 1957, China is now a far larger trading partner with Ghana than the U.S.
In the last decade, Ghanaian trader Gifty Ama Owusu has been selling Chinese textiles, including satin fabric, in the busy central business district of Accra. She tells VOA, although Chinese products are of poor quality, they are affordable and sell more quickly than expensive ones imported from the US and other Western countries.
They're cheap. With as little as 100 Ghana cedis, you can buy something to wear. So why won't Ghanaians patronize Chinese goods rather than those coming from the US and Europe? Textiles from the US, or even the locally made ones, are very expensive despite being of good quality.
Over the years, China has built up bilateral and trade relations with Ghana. On Tuesday, construction began on a $20 million Foreign Ministry Annex building in Ghana that will be entirely paid for by China. Accra, which faces its worst economic crisis in decades, is currently in talks with Beijing to restructure its $1.7 billion debt to China. But one expert says Ghana has not seen a key benefit expected from Chinese infrastructure projects.
China is bringing in all these manufacturing entities, but we are not seeing technology transfer. A lot of it has been said in the Forum on China-Africa Cooperation that, many of them, we've had about 11 or 8, 10 of such conferences where the issue of technology transfer has been said consistently as the Chinese come into Africa and engage us. But we are not seeing this, so we are in a hard place.
Harris's visit to Ghana is meant to build on the recent U.S. African Leaders Summit that President Biden hosted in Washington in December. The U.S. government has over the years supported Ghana in areas such as healthcare, agriculture, trade, and security. Amwa said the U.S. needs to re-strategize to keep its allies in Africa before losing them to China.
If they want to break into the African market again, or at least maybe reposition themselves, I think that should be the issue. Reposition themselves so that they engage us at the level of a win-win kind of engagement. These are some of the things they must begin to look at if they're really interested. Trade, yes. Aid, maybe. Investments. Which kind of investments? These are big questions.
Asked about the Vice President's visit, Ghana's Deputy Foreign Affairs Minister Kweku Amprechum Sapon told VOA via text message that Ghana-US relations continue to grow and that Ghana is looking forward to leveraging the opportunities that come with Kamala Harris's visit. Kent Mensah for VOA News.
So Si Chu, the chief executive officer of TikTok, pushed back against call from the U.S. lawmakers to ban the social media app, claiming the company is not connected to the Chinese Communist Party, but bipartisan concern about the safety and the security of the app's 150 million U.S. users remain.
The head of the massively popular video sharing app TikTok on defense Thursday as bipartisan calls to ban the app or severely restrict its use gain momentum.
TikTok collects nearly every data point imaginable, from people's location to what they type and copy, who they talk to, biometric data, and more. Even if they've never been on TikTok, your trackers are embedded in sites across the web. TikTok surveils us all. And the Chinese Communist Party is able to use this as a tool to manipulate America as a whole.
CEO Shu Chu said the app is a place for free expression and his company is working to safeguard data stored in locations in the US and Singapore.
I have seen no evidence that the Chinese government has access to that data. They have never asked us, we have not provided.
Lawmakers concerned that TikTok's parent company, ByteDance, is controlled by the Chinese Communist Party.
The combination of TikTok's Beijing communist-based China ownership and its popularity exacerbates its danger to our country and to our privacy.
Global security experts contend the app could be a national security disaster.
TikTok is programmed to be weaponized. And if China can weaponize a balloon, think of what it can do with 150 million TikTok users at its mercy in the US alone.
But Chu sought to refute those claims.
ByteDance is not owned or controlled by the Chinese government. It's a private company. 60% of the company is owned by global institutional investors. 20% is owned by the founder, and 20% owned by employees around the world.
China says the U.S. has yet to provide any evidence the app threatens national security.
The U.S. should stop spreading disinformation.
And not all U.S. lawmakers agree with calls for a ban.
TikTok as a platform has created a community and a space for free speech for 150 million Americans and counting.
TikTok will soon be banned from all U.S. government devices. The White House saying this week it's carefully considering a nationwide ban.
We understand the popularity of TikTok. That is something, we get that. But the president's job is to make sure, again, that Americans' national security is protected as well.
New bipartisan legislation would not outright ban the app, instead giving Biden increased ability to regulate and sanction social media companies.
We have a free market economy. We have a Constitution, a Bill of Rights, and the rule of law. And so when we go about a process like this, it has to be orderly.
A TikTok ban could be deeply unpopular with many younger Americans, a factor lawmakers may consider ahead of the 2024 elections. Catherine Gibson, VOA News, Washington.
Ramadan Light decorates Piccadilly Circus in London, West End for the first time. People take pictures of the display. Over 30,000 lights in Piccadilly Circus in London, first display marking the Ramadan, the Islamic holy month of the fasting observed by millions of Muslims worldwide.
The Voice of America, VOA.
Until next time on the next editions of MLINE Top 3 Updates powered by VOA Voice of America, my name is Mirzawardana. Thank you very much.